So every town or city has some really nice areas and some not so nice areas. Whether that's the north side, south side, east side, it doesn't matter. Every town's got them. And today we're going to talk about Bradenton. That's right, Bradenton. And I'm going to probably upset some people because they might live in this area, but I'd be remiss in not telling you about it. So today we're going to take a 360 tour all around Bradenton. We're going to head out to the beach and back. We're going to show you some really great areas in that. And we're going to talk about that hole in Bradenton. Yes, there's a little area in Bradenton. It's not so nice. And it's interesting that it's kind of like a hole in the map. Things that are nice around it. One thing about Bradenton, you're going to find out it changes from one side to the other. Definitely a big drastic change. So join me as we take a map tour around Bradenton. So if this is your first time on our channel and you want to learn everything about Sarasota and the surrounding communities like Bradenton, where we're at today, then make sure you subscribe and tap that notification bell. This way you'll be the first to learn about all the new videos and all the new communities. Hi, I'm Rob Rovnak and I've lived in the area for over 30 years. And every day we get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you wanting to move to Sarasota. So whether you're moving in 1 week or 1 year, make sure you reach out to us. You can reach out to me today. My info is in the box below, and we'll be happy to help you make a smooth move to sunny Sarasota.
So I've pulled up a map of Bradenton so you can visualize the hole in Bradenton that I'm talking about. So I'm going to take you on a tour. We're going to go from east to west. We'll go across the main avenue, Manatee Avenue here, and then come back across the bridges and come back here on Cortez Avenue and come back to the east. So by defining Bradenton, I'm defining it as everything west of I-75. Now, 30 years ago, we might have talked about Bradenton being further out east and all that, but this is basically all Lakewood Ranch. So they've become two separate towns. So everything west of 75 is what I'm going to talk about today. And we're going to talk about this little hole that we have right in the middle of Bradenton. So for visual sense, everything east of 301, I'm going to call East Bradenton, and everything west of 14th Street, which is actually US 41, I'm going to call West Bradenton. So we'll get rid of this little circle right now, and I'm going to zoom in and show you where we're at. And most people are going to come in to I-75 right here from the north, coming in on the Manatee Avenue exit or State Road 64. So let me zoom in a little further. Right there, we'll actually change the map a little. So everything here is going to be really nice. You got restaurants coming in off of here. You've got a couple of car dealerships. You've got a super Walmart, Home Depot, a lot of different housing out here. Some nice stuff across, but most of the service, these stores and everything serve some of these neighborhoods through here. Some nicer neighborhoods built up along the Braden River. And you're going to find basically a lot of commerce here. Shops, restaurants, and what you have, big box stores. That's what you'll find. And then you notice up here, you've got all these little canals, canal neighborhoods and all kinds of things in here. So as you head off of 64 and you head north, towards the river, you're going to run into the inlets, which is an absolute beautiful neighborhood, really done well, and everybody really likes the inlets. And like I said, most of this is what we say East Bradenton, nicer, newer. Only one part that's kind of over 30 years old, and actually that's these Carlton Arms apartments. Actually, some cool lake, not lake, but cool river views over here. A lot of water views, and those have been around since I drove in over 30 years ago. So that's some interesting stuff. You got the beautiful view as you come off of Manatee Avenue. So State Road 64 is also known as Manatee Avenue here in Bradenton. Most people call it just Manatee Avenue, but you'll see signs for 64. And then you've got some homes that have really become gentrified closer to downtown here. Wasn't that nice, actually, 30 years ago? Not nice at all, actually. And it's really gotten a lot better, especially on the north side here of Manatee Avenue by the river, of course, anything closer to water. Now, this is the area that we're talking about down here that hasn't changed much in 50 years. Still underserved. You can find cheaper housing here, and a lot of rougher neighborhoods, higher crime, that kind of thing. So one thing about Bradenton is you can go a couple of blocks and the feel and the vibe and everything changes. Even the economic standpoint of the people change drastically. So this has been really, Bradenton's put a lot of money into this in the last 30 years. And you have some nice river walks right along here. And you've got actually one of the best hospitals serving the area, Manatee Memorial Hospital, huge hospital here. So that's changed everything. And the downtown has changed greatly as well. So they brought in a lot of apartments and condos and everything. So right here, you've got a beautiful Riverwalk, amphitheater there, Manatee Arts Performing Center, so you can catch a play there. Lots of stuff happening here in downtown. Bishop Museum, well worth a tour. It's worth to spend a day there. Beautiful, very interesting museum there. And they also have a planetarium there, so you can see they often would play do star shows and do concerts and that, and it's really kind of an interesting thing there. And right here is kind of the downtown area. So you've got basically Oak and Stone, Old Main Street from here. You've got some bars and restaurants, and the pier here is a really great place right along the water. Great place to have dinner, and as you can see, great place to put your boat as well. So this is a decent area, much better than it used to be. You've got your judicial center, your courthouse, everything right here. And this is what's going to be called your downtown Bradenton area. As you head west down Manatee Avenue, once again, beautiful views. You're going to have a lot of older homes here, but it's a really nice, kind of neat area. Got some older homes here too. And as you go further, you got Manatee High School here. So you've got some older homes, decent area. It gets better and better as you go further west, but this northwest Bradenton is pretty good, and you've got lots of shops and commerce, once again, coming down here on Manatee Avenue. You got St. Stephen's School here, a private school, does really well. Once again, there's Manatee High School, and much as you head west of 43rd, that's going to get more expensive, but nicer housing, and I'm going to back out a little bit here so you can see Northwest Bradenton. So if you get a chance, take a drive down Riverview Boulevard. Beautiful homes right here. As you can see, they all have their docks out into the river here, the Manatee River, and good neighborhoods, good school districts the further you get west in Manatee. So you also have Bradenton Country Club right here for golfing. 43rd will take you over to Cortez down here further, but we're going to stay up a little north and follow this out to the beach. Lots of decent neighborhoods. And as you notice, anytime you're close to water, you're going to do well. So coming down, once again, Manatee Avenue, you're going to find everything, shops, restaurants, all your main things that you need for daily life, and stores and Publix and your grocery stores, that kind of thing. So it's all going to be here, big plazas and all that. So if you head north to 75th, you're going to have some good school districts here. Palmasola Elementary, Martha King Middle, Stewart Elementary. And as you follow it out here to the DeSoto Memorial, you actually have DeSoto National Memorial. It's a neat little historic site, and it's a nice little walk and travel through these mangroves here on the Manatee Avenue. And as you head west, you're going to find nicer and some new construction communities, actually. New homes, Tideline, some of the stuff being developed right now. And then you have Robinson Preserve. So this whole area is a preserve. You put a kayak in the water, go on some long nature trails. All this area is undeveloped. Some of it marshy, some of it wetlands, but also just a great place to put a kayak in. And as you go out into basically the opening of the bay and Manatee Avenue or Manatee River, you're going to get some beautiful views all the way up. Let's see if I can zoom out all the way up to the Skyway Bridge. You can see it when you go out there. I've done it myself. So as we zoom back in, as you cross 75th, and like I said, a lot of this is going to be higher end homes. And you've got the causeway, and it's beautiful. You can rent a horse and take a horse along the causeway here. Really just nothing but sand on both sides. Beautiful causeway. You got some apartments, Perica Bay and Harbor Isle, some newer construction. But as you cross over And depending on what time of day it is and what season, you're going to find a lot of congestion here. A lot of congestion. This is a drawbridge. It'll eventually become, they've got plans in the work to make it a non-opening bridge where it'll be a single span, so they won't have to open that for boaters. But it does get backed up there. I will tell you that. Not like it was 30 years ago. So here you have, I'm going to zoom out, Anna Maria Island. So this is kind of like an old Florida island, not too many high rises or anything like that. And you've got some great restaurants along the beach here. Let's see, Anna Maria Sand Porch Restaurant. Let's see, probably got the Sandbar here. Let me zoom in, Sandbar Restaurant. But this is really just a great area to go to the beach and have what we call more of old-fashioned Florida island. So you got a lot of rentals and all kinds of stuff there. You rent a house, rent a cottage, rent a condo, all kinds of things. So as you go down, that's Anna Maria. So you got Holmes Beach along with Anna Maria Island, Holmes Beach coming down here, and then you run into Bradenton Beach right after Cortez Road. So this is the other bridge coming in. This goes down all the way to Longboat Key. You've got an opening here, Big Pass, and you've got Coquina Beach. It was very nice. But coming back to Cortez Road, you've got this is a good place to go have dinner or go get some fish, Starfish Company. That's been there forever. And there's another one here, Hunters Point. This is what I would call a renewable and really sustainable community right here along the water. I can zoom in. We did a video back on that about 6 months ago, Hunters Point. And it's really an amazing community, self-sustaining. When the power goes out, they've got solar panels on the roof to kick in. The roofs and the whole house is built for Category 3. Category 4 hurricanes, even a lot of areas through here, they've got some swales and everything to take on the water, and they're built higher up. A really amazing thing. If you go back, take a look at Hunters Point, they're still selling there. But as you can see, a lot of this is still farmland, undeveloped throughout here. So it won't always be, but there's a lot going on here. Tidy Island is a cute condominium right along the water, really nice. And then as we go down here, 75th, this whole area is being developed for a huge, huge, huge subdivision. And we're going to tell you about that in the next couple of months, but stay tuned for that. So as we go back from the area between Manatee Avenue and Cortez Road, you've got a lot of different neighborhoods throughout here. This is a great area to be shopping. They're widening 75th to 4 lanes. It's going to get more traffic. That's my big drawback on that area. It is too much traffic, but it's also still a great area, and you've got some great beaches there. So that's why there is such a draw. GT Bray Park is kind of like the Central Park of Bradenton. A lot to do, lots of ball fields, lots of things to do, indoor, outdoor. That is a fun place to be, right off of 51st and 59th in between there. You've got the Pine Brook Ironwood Golf Course here. You've got some lots of older condos there, some older things that have been around since the 80s, some of them the 70s. As you go further down here, down 75th, this area is being developed, and you're going to find all kinds of stuff along here. El Conquistador Boulevard, or Parkway, I should say, and it's really a beautiful area. Lots of high-end homes. A lot of this is being developed. You've got the beautiful Aqua area. Let me zoom into that. They've got this beautiful pool here, reef-size pool. That is amazing, and that's something to look into. It can be pricey depending on what you're looking at. This I wanted to show you, IMG Academy. So this is probably one of the best, if not the best, training facilities for kids through young adults in the whole entire United States. And this is where the NFL players prepare for the NFL Combine before they're drafted. They've got schools from soccer, basketball, football. They've got multiple different. It started as a tennis academy. If anybody has ever heard of Nick Bolletaric tennis, Andre Agassi, all the great tennis players that have gone through here over the past 30 some years, this has become a training headquarters for everybody, actually, at all kinds of sports, golf, like you name it, they've got it there. And this is really going to be developed here, and kids live on campus, on site. I don't know how young they start there. It's quite pricey, but it is probably the premier training academy here. And then as we go up through here, I'm going to show you a little bit down here. There's actually still a lot, and as you can see here, a lot of mobile home parks. This one is actually, some of them are on the water here and on canal, so it's quite unusual. And as you go up here, 14th Street is US 41, so you have all kinds of stores, everything. This is a main drag through here. As you notice, all this off of State Road 70, 53rd, coming in from the interstate. Lots of mobile homes there. So Bradenton still has a lot of mobile homes. You won't see that much in Sarasota, but you'll see that more here in Bradenton. I'm going to switch over maps. So this is, once again, what I was talking about, kind of the no man's land. Hasn't really gentrified, hasn't really gotten better. West Samoset, you can find cheaper homes there. But in this area, right close to downtown, right around the Tropicana plant. So yes, Tropicana has a plant here. Corporate headquarters there, Tropicana. Of course, the orange juice and juice maker of all those different types of drinks. They are headquartered here in Bradenton, and they have their factory here right up and down. They have some train tracks and run out. So in this area, like I said, rougher area, more crime. That is where it's kind of a hole right in the middle of Bradenton. Really kind of odd, but that's how it developed from left to right. Lecom Park. If you ever get a chance when you're here for spring training, one of the most beautiful ballparks here on the West Coast for spring training. That's where the Pittsburgh Pirates train. They train there, and they have, I think, there it is, Pirate City. That's where their facilities also are, but that's where they play. So that gives you an idea. So this is what I was talking about, this whole area. If you're looking at things in Bradenton, reach out to me. Let me know what you're looking for, and we'll tell you what's the best, what's the worst, what's in between, what fits your budget. But that is what I call, once again, the whole in Bradenton. Here we go. So not to be exact, but this kind of area right around here is going to be what we're looking at. So let me get rid of that. So as you come out, all this area down here is really been developed and being developed. You've got a lot of different things, and it's really up and down 301. You've got a lot of industrial, some manufacturing and everything here. But east of that, lots of good neighborhoods, lots of things to do within this corridor of I-75. Some country clubs, University Park, Palmer, beautiful areas. The Whitfield area, you've got a lot of neighborhoods through here. Lots of great places. So University Park Way is the divider between Manatee County and Sarasota County. So if it's over here, it's in Bradenton. So even though you'll find Sarasota addresses all around this side of University Parkway, don't be fooled. You'll find them all throughout there. They are actually in Bradenton. So lots of great areas here. Lots of good things happening in Bradenton. Over the past 33 years, I think I've been here. It is amazing how much it's gotten better. An old sleeping fishing town, as I called it, coming in, did not make a great impression on me when I first came in, but everything here west of 26 has gotten so nice, and it really is a great area to live. So that's a little bit about Bradenton. As we come down, I'll zoom in a little bit, but as we come along the coast, you got the Bradenton International Airport, and there's some really cool things. Like I said, that's the dividing line from Bradenton University. If you're here, make sure you go see Cadazan, the Ringling Museum of Art. Cadazan, that's the big John and Mabel homestead. New College of Florida is here. And just across down into Sarasota, you've got the Ringling College of Art. So some things to take a look at while you're here. But Bradenton blends right into Sarasota in a lot of places, especially right here. You won't know the difference, but that gives you an alternative. But just make sure you reach out to me and find out about the whole in Bradenton.
So there's your quick tour around Bradenton. A lot more good than bad, but as I always say, reach out to me first, as we can give you some history and some backstory to these neighborhoods. As your local expert for over 30 years, that's what I'm here for. If you've got a question about a particular area or neighborhood, reach out by phone, text, or email, or jump on a free Zoom call. For Living and Buying in Sarasota, I'm Rob Rovnak. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.